Mr. Speaker and honorable members, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the sixth session of the 16th Odisha Legislative Assembly. Let me take this opportunity to extend my heartiest New Year greetings to all the honorable members of the August House as well as to the people of Odisha. This August House has expressed its deep condolences on the sad demise of late Pranab Kumar Mukherjee, ex-President of India, late Sushila Devi, first ex-lady of the state, late Sharad Kumar Kahar, ex-Speaker, late Har Prasad Mahapatra, late Sehrai Oram, late Sanatan Rishi, late Shri S.K. Mathur, all former ministers, late Guru Padananda, ex-Government Chief Whip, late Pradeep Maharati, late Manmohan Gupta, late Vishnu Charan Das, all sitting members, late Prahlad Behra, late Veera Sipta, late Vijay Kumar Nayak, late Purushottam Sethi, late Arjun Charan Sethi, late Nelson Saurang, late Ramamurthy Mukhmuta, late Ravindranath Bhoi, late Abhimanyu Kumar, late Bhutamani Jena, late Kartikeya Patra, all former members of the August House, late Chandrakanta Pradhan, ex-Prime Indian Army, late Undulan Soren, ex-Nayab Subedar, Indian Army, late Sudhir Kumar Tuddu, ex-SOG Commando, late Devasis Sethi, ex-SOG Commando, and late Banwasi Mohanana, ex-Sundar, all from Odisha Place. Colleagues, I request honorable members to join me to introduce to the late Surendranath Mishra, former member of the August House, and late Vibhuti Bhujunhar, ex-warrant officer GD Assam Rifles, late Yajnarayan Kar, ex-SPR PBR, ex-106 Engineer Regiment, Western Command, late Krishna Chandra Panda, ex-Sura Koti Bihar Regiment, and all Corona fighters who have gave their life for the service of during case of critical situation by Corona epidemic in the state. The world has been witnessing unprecedented crisis since last year. The COVID-19 pandemic has created havoc at a global scale, leading to severe damage across the nation to public health, economy, social and mental well-being of humanity. My government has understood this severity at the very beginning and has been proactively managing the situation as it emerged. Odisha declared the pandemic as a state disaster on 13th March 2020, even before a single case was detected, and took proactive measures to close the educational institutions, social gatherings, religious gatherings, etc. Odisha started the lockdown in the state on 21st March 2020, before the national lockdown was announced. The lockdown was managed in a smooth manner without any major inconvenience to the general public. The police enforced with sensitivity without resorting to brute force. The essential commodity supply was closely monitored from source to the last scale points. My government was conscious that strict lockdown will also effectively remove the poor. Therefore, a sensitive approach will socially with certain measures like advanced pensions, PDS rations, free kitchens, special store to vulnerable sections, etc. was provided. My government recognizes such a large-scale pandemic cannot be managed without involving the Panchayat Raj institutions and the community. Therefore, Sarpanchs were empowered under the Disaster Management Act to enforce and take appropriate measures in their jurisdiction. They were actively involved in COVID management. My government ensured smooth management of the Odia workers returning home from other states due to the pandemic situation. Arrangements were made for the migrant workers in Odisha to return to their states. My government ensured that free quality treatment for the citizens from the testing stage to the critical treatment until discharge. This is one of the main reasons for the low mortality of the state compared to national and internationally mortality rates. To motivate and honor the COVID warriors and to unite the society to fight against the pandemic situation, my government had organized the Vande Uttal Janani and brought together the Indias across the world. My government has ensured the community participation and management of the COVID situation and large-scale infrastructure in terms of dedicated COVID hospitals, temporary medical camps, COVID care centers, COVID homes and awareness campaigns involving the PRI and SHG members. With the cooperation of all, I am happy that today Odisha has successfully overcome the pandemic situation. The state has done extremely well in every parameter of the COVID management and has been praised by national and international organizations for its foresight and effective situation management without any hassle to the public. The mission of my government is Fit Odisha, Secure Odisha, for us every life matters. Working towards this end and to provide equitable, affordable, qualitative health care services to all, my government is working on a mission mode. Free and assured healthcare services are now provided at all public health facilities, including empaneled private hospitals under Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana. Cashless treatment under Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana at empaneled private hospitals up to 5 lakh per family per year for economically vulnerable families and up to 10 lakh for the human members of the beneficiary families or over 70 lakh families is provided in our state. Accountability of health professionals in the delivery of health services, transparency and transformation in healthcare services is being ensured through an effective public feedback mechanism as part of the No Sarkar being upgraded and expanded on a large scale. Currently, 5 medical colleges and hospitals and 7 number of district hospital projects are under construction. The SCB Medical College and Hospital project is being taken up to expand the premier institution as an AIMS Plus institution at a cost of ₹3,500 crores. To make healthcare services accessible in difficult areas, difficult villages have been notified. Alternative transport facilities like stretcher, bike ambulance, boat ambulance and mobile health units have been operationalized. Maternity working homes have been established in the notified difficult villages. Further, my government has also introduced various incentives to attract and retain doctors in difficult areas. The next level transformation of the public health services in the state has resulted in an increase in people's faith and trust on public health facilities. Many of the efforts of my government have been appreciated and acknowledged at various national and international levels. My government has covered 3.24 crore beneficiaries belonging to 92.6 lakh families of the state under the National Food Security coverage and providing them with 1.63 lakh metric rice and 23,890 metric wheat per month at the rupees of 1 per kg. Besides our own food security system, 10.98 lakh individuals from 3.63 lakh poor, distressed, eligible and left out families have been covered with 5 kg rice per person per month at the rate of ₹1 per kg. As part of its COVID-19 pandemic management strategy, my government provided additional quantities of rice and dal free of cost for 8 months to state food security scheme beneficiaries and to about 1 lakh migrant workers in June. My government a transparent, efficient, accountable and robust paddy procurement system through continuous reforms. By leveraging information and communications technology, my government has prioritized the right of small and marginal farmers to sell paddy to procuring societies and agencies. My government has installed 4.7 lakh tube wells, sanitary wells and commissioned 13,055 water supply schemes to provide safe drinking water to the rural areas of the state. During 2020-21, we have already installed 209 solar pumps in hand pump tube wells and completed 865 water supply projects along with 637 new pipe water supply projects. My government has taken up 18 mega pipe water supply projects with an estimated cost of 3,059 crore under ONBADC, Odisha Mineral Area Development Corporation funding in 691 villages directly affected by mining in 8 districts of Sundargarh, Murbhand, Dhenkanal, Koraput, Pionjar, Angul, Gharusgoda and Jajpur. Similarly, 9 mega pipe water supply projects have been taken up with an estimate cost of rupees 4,157 crore under DMF funds. Odisha has been a leading state in ensuring universal coverage of pipe water supply in the urban areas. Bhubaneswar has become the first major city in the country to achieve 100% water supply connection, followed by 13 other towns so far. Sugar drink from tap mission to provide 24/7 drinkable quality water directly from tap has already been taken up on a piloting basis in 12 zones in Bhubaneswar and Puri, benefiting 1.8 lakh people. The mission will be extended to cover other cities in phases. My government has adopted a 360-degree approach to water quality management to ensure that the supplied water meets the necessary quality standards. For this, we have built 78 state-of-the-art NABL accredited water testing laboratories across the state. We have installed over 1,200 iron removal plants and 640 fluoride removal plants in tubes across the state in areas where groundwater is found to contain traces of iron and fluoride. My government is committed to a time-bound action plan for various measures. Under the broad objective of universal access to drinking water, disaster resilient water supply system, season connect and responsive service delivery. My government has been successful in completing a record number of houses transparently through a robust monitoring mechanism and taking innovative steps like providing incentive to beneficiaries for early completion of houses and tagging of field functionaries with specific beneficiaries. During 2020 and 21, we have completed about 2.8 lakh houses following these innovative ways. Second phase of the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin has commenced from April 2020. My government has spent around 7,500 crore over 66 lakh individual household latrines, and the state has been declared as open defecation free during September 2019. To ensure universal sanitation access, more than 747 community complexes have also been constructed. Our state has made a transformative shift in solid waste management, adopting a decentralized approach with community partners. 136 micro-composing centers in 110 ULBs and 115 material recovery facilities and 95 ULBs are now operational, processing more than 60% of the solid waste generated, scientifically converting the waste into wealth in the form of organic manure and recyclable and saleable dry waste. My government targets to process 100% wet and dry waste generated in all the ULBs by end of 2021. Odisha's performance has been recognized nationally and has been awarded as the fastest moving state in the Swachh Sarvekshan 2020. Besides, 6 cities of our state have found a place in the top 20 rankings of Swachh Sarvekshan 2020. My government is committed to social security and empowerment of the vulnerable sections, such as persons with disabilities, destitute and widows, senior citizens, transgenders, persons affected by AIDS and victims of substance abuse. Those special security pensions, through special social security pensions, my state has covered the highest percentage of the population amongst all states in the country. Odisha is one of the leading states of the country in providing the residential school facility to tribal students, with 1,735 residential schools and 5 lakh students. And ODC student is another major intervention of my government, which covers nearly 17.3 lakh students at the pre-matric level and about 4.5 lakh students at the post-matric level. My government has established 103 special schools and 1 college for hearing impaired students for providing education to 6,815 PWD students. Beneficiary scholarship has been provided to 3,995 PWD students. 3,511 physically, mentally and socially challenged persons have been rehabilitated through 66 therapy centers. 3,623 PWD self-help groups have been formed to orient their social and economic empowerment. Construction of integrated social security infrastructure complex is under progress in 10 districts. These complexes will provide high quality residential, sports, food, clothing, qualitative health and therapeutic services to all segments of the vulnerable population. For the safety and welfare of interstate migrant workers in 14 migration prone districts of the state, a 24/7 toll-free Shramik Sahayata help repatriation activities by migrant workers and quick redressal data. The special package to strengthen social standards of migrant workers and a reduction in distress migration. 77 identified migration worker Kalahan education in English medium to the students in rural areas. My government has opened 100 in 29 districts. The above 60 Adarsh, Odisha Adarsh Vidyalaya have already been upgraded to senior secondary level and commerce stream would be opened in those 60 OAVs. My government is providing free uniforms and textbooks to all students with first class. Like prepared by the Board of Secondary Education Odisha to class 10 students who will appear at the annual matriculation. During 2021, my government has released rupees 17.75 crore Mukhyamantri Medha Bhuti to 35,490 meritorious students. 1.77 crore under Odisha Bhasha Bhuti Puruskar to 3,549 students and rupees 10.61 crore under Best School Award to 1,061 number of schools. Under the Mo School Abhiyan, my government has been able to bring together alumni, their alma mater and the community to emotionally connect with the current generation of students in schools. The drive has resulted in mobilization of voluntary contribution of rupees 58 crore 70 crore in 17,396 schools across the state and a matching grant of rupees 117 crore 24 crore has been released by government. This pool of resources is being utilized for improving school infrastructure and taking the teaching learning atmosphere to the next level. Due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, online teaching has been facilitated through Shiksha Sanjog, Diksha Aid, Shiksha Darpan and Radio Pathshala to ensure continuous learning of students. During the closure of schools, food security under the MDM program has also been provided to all students in government and aided schools. My government has also opened schools and hostels for the students of class 10 and class 12 from 8th January with a stringent SOP for the safety of the students. My government has introduced vocational education in 576 secondary and high secondary schools, wherein 56,692 students have taken admission in 10 different vocational trade subjects. Our government ITIs have proved their excellence by participating in the national level grading process. 6 government ITIs of our state have earned the distinction of being ranked among the top 100 ITIs of our country. Enrollment of girls in ITI has been enhanced from 6% to 18%. With the launching of the new scheme, Sudaksha, my government intends to improve enrollment of girls to at least 30% of the strength of each ITI. My government has established World Skills Center at Bhubaneswar in collaboration with the ITI Singapore with a state-of-the-art facility of global standard to set new benchmarks in course curriculum, pedagogy and standards for laboratories and workshops in technical education. My government has identified 250 young entrepreneurs under the Nano Unicorn project of Odisha Skill Development Authority for training in entrepreneurship development. My government has trained about 3.3 lakh youth during 2019-20 under the Inclusive Skill Development Initiative, Chief Minister's Employment Generation Program. To enhance the skill level and employment potential of technical students holding MCA, MBA and BTech, DE and ITI and Polytechnic certificate, my government has launched the initiative Digita. This has enabled the local IT industry to have a ready available talent pool for their expansion needs. My government is setting up 34 skill development centers in districts and 38 skill development extension centers on the campus of government ITIs and Polytechnic to enhance employment opportunities for the rural youth. With the vision of achieving excellence in all aspects of higher education, Odia University has been established by enacting the Odia University Act 2017. Required land has been acquired for the establishment of Odia University at Satyavadi. My government has envisaged a new scheme called the Odia University Research and Innovation plan to bridge the gap in research activities and promote research in emerging areas with a focus on women researchers. Financial assistance would be provided for research fellowship, seed funding for young faculty, work expenses under the scheme. Odisha is fast emerging as a sporting power in the national as well as international arena. My government is committed to lead the state to be the main sports destination of the country. It's a matter of great significance for us that Odisha has got the hosting rights for the FIH Men's Hockey World Cup 2020 in Bhubaneswar and Rourkela. Ahead of the 2023 World Cup, my government will construct India's largest hockey stadium in Rourkela. 17 AstroTurf hockey training centers are being built in Sundargarh district. This will provide top-class coaching opportunity for the kids right from their young age and help them in becoming professional players. My government has put its best efforts in the hunt for sporting talents from the grassroots level and nurturing them in sports hostels, academies and high performance centers. To further strengthen the sports infrastructure across the state, my government will create indoor sports halls, fields, etc. in the urban areas in all the districts. My government has undertaken several strategic steps towards a farmer-centric development in the state, which include a separate agriculture budget, a dedicated agriculture cabinet for faster processes and sectoral growth, the introduction of the scheme Talia, Krishak assistance for livelihood and income augmentation, first of its kind in the country, and a new scheme Balarama, Bhumihina agriculture loan and resources augmentation model for the financing of joint liability groups and shared croppers. It is worth mentioning that Niti Aayog and the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of India have recommended Odisha's millet mission as the best model. Yojana to provide agri-enterprises to ease of doing agri-business. To create irrigation potential and improve livelihoods, my government has taken up soil conservation measures, plantation, watershed development activities, and creation of micro-watershed clusters and water harvesting structures in convergence mode. My government has also identified agriculture and allied sectors as the growth propellers for Odisha's farmers, women self-help groups, and entrepreneurs. The fisheries sector in the state has achieved another milestone by receiving 2 national awards, the Best Marine State Award and the Best District Award for Kalahandi district in the inland fisheries sector. My government is emphasizing water conservation and improvement of water use efficiency with an investment plan for rupees 11,700 crore over the next 4-5 years for large-scale conservation of surface water inside streams and rivers. Further groundwater recharge work through 10,000 minor irrigation and irrigation tanks covering 15 districts amounting to rupees 1,098 crore have been taken up in association with Green Climate Fund. Nearly 16,000 check dams have been constructed under Mukhyamantri Adi Bandhi Pyari Yojana for the conservation of water. Deep Borewell Scheme and Parvati Green Mega Lift Irrigation Program have brought a major transformation in irrigation scenario in this state. So far, my government has handed over about 79,000 borewells to farmers and commissioned 109 mega lift projects. My government believes in transparency in administration and encourages the active participation of people in governance initiatives. Under 5T initiative, a mobile app, Sikh Samadhan, has been developed for grievance redressal farmers, and a web portal is in place to receive online application from farmers. The promotion of micro, small and medium industries, IDCO has developed 117 industrial estates areas in strategic locations in the state. My government is taking steps to modernize and expand 10 existing industrial estates in the first phase and to establish 5 best-in-class new industrial clusters in the coming 5 years under Vision 2025. My government has undertaken the Startup Odisha initiative with the launch of a Startup Odisha policy and Startup Odisha portal. Odisha has been consistently recognized as a top performer and leader state among all the states in its top startup ranking up in 2018 and 2019 respectively. Odisha has a rich tradition of handlooms and cottage industry in the state. During 2020-21, rupees 52 crore has been provided for the development of the handloom sector. My government has provided interest-free loans to leading marketing organizations of the state, Uttakalika and Boyanka, to provide sustainable employment to handloom weavers during COVID-19 pandemic. MOUs have been signed with Flipkart and Ajios for providing market access to these artisans to market their products online globally. The tourism and hospitality sector in Odisha has huge employment potential and it contributes sustainably to the state economy. It directly employs about 1.2 lakh persons, and the allied sectors under the organized segment employ approximately 3 lakh persons. Total employment, including the unorganized sector associated with tourism, has been estimated at 10 lakh persons. My government has undertaken a plethora of initiatives to boost tourism in the state, including the formulation of a new tourism policy, infrastructure development and around tourist destinations, eco-retreats at Konark, Jitakarnika National Park, Daringabadi Hill Station, Hirakud Reservoir, along with integrated development of heritage and monuments at tourist destinations. Steps are being taken to preserve, revitalize and develop the heritage sites across the state. During 2020-21, my government has planned to complete 5,504 kilometers of rural roads. We have also decided to provide land free of cost for the connectivity from the railhead of Naria station up to the proposed location of the electric locomotive UH workshop in Kalahandi district, which will certainly boost the rail-based industry in the region. To expand and further develop the aviation sector in the state, my government has decided to establish an aviation center at Birasal Airstrip, construct a new airstrip at Malkangiri, upgrade Jayapur Airstrip in Koraput district, Raurkela Airstrip in Sundargarh district, and Utkela Airstrip in Kalahandi district into full-fledged airport under RCS Udan scheme. With the efforts of my government, Jharsuguda Airport has already been developed into a full-fledged commercial airport where flight operations started in March 2019. My government is committed in providing 24/7 quality power supply to all. Odisha has become a power surplus state. My government is providing funds for the strengthening of transmission and distribution infrastructure to OPCL and the distribution company. Odisha has a robust transmission system with more than 13,000 kilometers of extra high tension lines and about 21,000 megavolt ampere installed capacity. My government has vested the management of 3 DISCOMs, SESCO, Southco and Westco in 3 joint venture companies: Tata Power Center Odisha Distribution Limited, Tata Power Southern Odisha Distribution Limited, and Tata Power Western Odisha Distribution Limited, respectively, to enable the consumers having demand up to 5 kilowatts to get real new connection within 48 hours of application, and also to facilitate payment of electricity bills and lodging grievances online. My government has undertaken various projects and programs to preserve, protect and nurture the environment, wildlife and natural resources. Some of the flagship schemes are Green Mahanadi Mission, increasing green cover in the state, National Afforestation Program, National Mission for a Green India, Ama Jangal Yojana, Eco-Tourism, Odisha Forestry Sector Development Project, and Sustainable Biodiversity Management, etc. My government has awarded 141 voluntary organizations, villages and educational institutions with Prakriti Mitra and 156 individuals with Prakriti Bandhu on the occasion of World Environment Day 2020 to encourage the conservation and protection of environment. Odisha is known for its cultural diversity. In the second meeting of the Heritage Cabinet, 7 proposals have been approved for the promotion of Odia culture, which includes according classical status to Odissi music, separate directorates for Odisha State Archaeology and Odisha State Museum, digitization of Odisha State Museum and Anand Bhavan Museum, which memorializes Biju Patnaik, enabling virtual tour and holistic development of the Sunando, the birthplace of Pandit Gopbandhu Das. My government has launched a new program, Dikshant, for reviving the age-old teacher-disciple tradition and revival of dying art in the state. Odisha, due to the geographic location, is affected by recurrent disasters that adversely impact life, livelihood and backtracks the state's economic growth. During the last 5 years, the state has encountered several major disasters, including every severe cyclonic storm, Titli in October 2018, extremely severe cyclonic storm Fani in May 2019, very severe cyclonic storm Bulbul in November 2019, super cyclone Amphan in May 2020, in addition to heavy rains, floods and droughts. While the disaster preparedness of my state has set global benchmarks, following this benchmarking, a proactive vision and with effective preparedness at all levels, my government has been able to respond to the COVID-19 pandemic very effectively, which resulted in containing the spread of the virus, creating proper medical facilities for treatment of the affected and saving precious human lives. COVID-19 was declared as a disaster by the state government under the Disaster Management Act 2005, and various guidelines and standard operating procedures were issued under the SADC and the Epidemic Diseases Act 1997 to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Required funds were released out of state disaster response funds to the district collectors and government departments for COVID-19 management. The overall law and order situation in the state remained peaceful during 2020. No major law and order incident took place due to the proactive role of the police. The police successfully handled the COVID-19 situation. 49 police personnel have sacrificed their lives in the line of duty, and 940 police personnel have donated plasma to save the lives of the critical COVID patients. The left-wing extremism scenario has remarkably reduced during the past 5 years due to proactive security and administrative response. My government has established new company operating bases at Gurasetu of Swabhiman Malkan district, Musanal of Kalahandi district, and Sandingia of Kandhamal district. Jodamba police station has been made functional in Swabhiman. My government is implementing emergency response support system with a command center at Bhubaneswar. In this system, police service, fire service, women and child helpline, etc. are now being brought under one umbrella. Odisha Fire Service has rendered commendable service in carrying out relief and rescue operations during different natural calamities. A dedicated web portal, Agni Sham Seva, has been integrated for online issue of fire safety certificate and fire safety recommendations under the 5T framework, and fire service has been included in Mo Sarkar to provide better citizen-centric service to the public. My government is giving much needed emphasis on the modernization of the judiciary, keeping in pace with technology. For virtual mode of hearing in trial of cases, high-speed internet service has been provided in Odisha High Court. Similar facilities would also be provided in 30 district justice. To make available judicial documents available in court cases, a scanning and digitization program has been undertaken. My government envisages carrying out reforms in identified areas and adopts best practices in the delivery of public goods and services. Odisha's Rights to Public Services Act 2012 is being implemented to provide all notified services to the citizens within a stipulated time. Odisha One portal acts as a single window for citizens to avail all online public services offered by the government. For better convenience, Odisha One portal and central monitoring system have been integrated for timely maintaining of public service delivery. Citizens can file online appeals and revisions through the Odisha One portal. Litigation management system is being implemented for monitoring court cases on a real-time basis. During the lockdown due to the outbreak of COVID-19, most of the public service was made available with IT-enabled services across the state. Government employees were enabled to work from home with VPN facilities. Video conferencing facilities have been provided using Aswan across the state by connecting Lok Seva Bhavan with blocks. Regular video conferences are being conducted by all government departments with collectors and other field level officials. Aswas has been integrated with MS Office 365 enabling web conferencing through the Microsoft Teams application. Dissemination of information and effective public outreach works as a link between the people and the government. It not only sensitizes the public about the policies and programs of the government, but also ensures people's participation in the successful implementation of development programs. In the wake of the unprecedented spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, the state government has been working in a mission mode to inform and educate people. IEC activities like slots in TV, radio jingles, bulk messages through different mobile phone networks, and social media uploads, regular media briefings, a talk show with experts and specialists are being carried out through live common key technology, which are broadcast regularly in different regional channels for public benefit. My government has set a benchmark in using information technology to make the revenue administration fair, efficient and transparent. Computerization of Tehsil and registration offices, implementation of IT applications such as Bhure, Bunak, e-mutation, e-registration, e-pauti, e-certificates are some of the important innovations in this direction. Filing of applications, payment of requisite fees, approval and downloading of certificates have been made online through web-based applications. This has reduced the physical interface between government offices and citizens, thereby enhancing transparency and good governance standards. Till now, my government has allotted homestead land under the Vasundhara scheme to 47,587 persons in the state. My government has been able to plow back about 2,800 crore through mopping up of government money marked in bank accounts. One-time settlement schemes have been introduced for the realization of area revenue in respect of major tax and non-tax items of the state resources. My government has been able to collect its revenue amounting to rupees 38,760 crore by the end of January 2021, which is about 7.3% more than the collection during the corresponding period of this previous year. Despite the severe impact of COVID-19 on revenue, the state has been able to achieve positive growth in its own revenue, which is an indication of recovery in the economic activities in the state. The COVID-19 pandemic posed a unique challenge to Odisha's public finance. The crisis resulted in a shrinkage in fiscal space, which compelled my government to reprioritize its public spending to meet the higher demand for spending on COVID management, creating livelihood opportunities, promoting agriculture as well as the industries and MSME sector for employment generation. As a result, funds could be made available at around 150 to 200 basis points cheaper than the open market borrowing. My government has also exercised the option for repayment cost of open market borrowing for 2,500 crore out of the corpus of consolidated sinking fund, which has provided the state the much required liquidity during the crisis. My government has taken up a series of reforms in public financial management, which are based on global best practices. They are intending to enhance fiscal sustainability and improve budget performance by strengthening medium-term fiscal planning and improving budget transparency. These reforms include the introduction of a medium-term fiscal framework with a 3-year outlook on state finances, introduction of the strategic budget-making process, bringing out monthly and quarterly fiscal analysis reports, disclosure of budget documents, and advanced communication of a realistic budget ceiling to all departments for formulation and prioritization of their budget proposal within the ceiling communicated. My government took several reform measures through IT intervention to counter the COVID-related lockdown for ensuring smooth treasury operations and financial management in the state. The state adopted two pronged strategies to deliver its services by adopting procedures for minimizing human dependency in treasury administration through the use of technology, strictly adhering to COVID guidelines. Online processing of bills by treasuries was facilitated during the lockdown period of COVID-19 without waiting for receipt of physical bills. Implementation of single-page bill was strictly followed, which downsized the voluminous salary bill and thereby reducing the chances of being exposed to a huge quantity of paper documents and its human carrier. Global allotment system was introduced in respect of salary and personal advances to ensure timely disbursement monthly salary to employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. Guidelines and standard operating procedures were issued for the virtual working of treasuries to provide uninterrupted services in the crucial juncture of lockdown. My government introduced digitally signed electronic authorities for pension and other pensionary benefits to avoid delay in dispatch and disbursement. A special arrangement was made for the disbursement of pension, family pension in treasuries without physical appearance of pensioners at the time of disbursement of their first pension. Submission of a life certificate once a year by pensioners to their pension disbursing authority is essential as per the codal mission provision. To avoid the exposure of old age pensioners to the pandemic, the timeline for submission of the life certificate was extended from November 2020 to May 2021. The bulk disbursement facility available in IFMS was used frequently for DBT and amid COVID restrictions. When reports of the outbreak of COVID-19 started to emerge at the beginning of the year 2020, my government immediately swung into action to bolster testing capacity, to try to understand what was going on and contain the spread of infections by strict enforcement of lockdown, shutdown, containment strategy, social distancing norms, sanitation measures, use of facial masks and high standard of personal hygiene. Odisha has been extremely well in managing and containing the pandemic. The pandemic has not only presented Herculean challenges, but it has also been the cause of sudden disruption in the delivery of essential services and economic activities. Technology is going to serve as a tool in the delivery of good governance and public goods and services in a transparent manner. My government has adopted the 5T framework and Modi Sarkar in its endeavors for transformative governance. My state has performed phenomenally well in several sectors, be it rural housing, putting lakhs of ST and ST students in our educational institutions, the vibrant Mission Shakti movement transforming our socio-economic landscape, our flagship health initiatives, our own food security scheme for every deserving family, or our sporting and tourist infrastructure, or carrying out administrative reforms, or public financial management reforms. My government will continue to prioritize delivery of essential services, creation of livelihood opportunities, and development of key and basic infrastructure, including connectivity, provision of safe drinking water, power supply, supporting agriculture with irrigation and other facilities, and taking healthcare and education to the next level. I would like to reiterate that my government is fully committed to develop all regions of the state and empower all sections of the people. I now leave it to you, to your deliberation, and wish you all success. Bande Utkal Janani.